Every second, over 200 KitKat fingers are consumed worldwide, totaling a staggering 17.6 million pieces daily. Behind this iconic chocolate-covered wafer lies an intricate production process combining traditional chocolate making with cutting-edge technology. The journey from cocoa bean to that satisfying snap is a masterpiece of precision engineering and culinary artistry that has captivated chocolate lovers for nearly 90 years. The journey begins from cocoa bean to chocolate. Our story starts in the lush cocoa fields of West Africa, where the primary ingredient for KitKat's delicious chocolate coating grows under the tropical sun. Here, farmers meticulously handpick ripe cocoa pods, each containing precious beans that will eventually transform into your favorite chocolate treat. Once harvested, skilled workers crack open the pods to reveal plump cocoa beans coated in white pulp. These beans undergo a natural drying process, spending about 7 to 8 days under the intense tropical sun, gradually losing moisture while developing their distinctive chocolate flavor. Did you know that each KitKat undergoes over 300 quality checks before reaching consumers? The attention to detail begins at the source, where beans face rigorous inspection for moisture content, size, texture, and aroma. When the selected cocoa beans arrive at the factory, they embark on their transformation journey. First, they undergo thorough cleaning to remove dirt, debris, and cocoa shells. Powerful air jets blow away dust particles, while the beans gently tumble against each other in rotating drums, loosening stubborn outer shells. The fire challenge: roasting and processing. Just like coffee beans, cocoa requires precise roasting to awaken its hidden flavors, a crucial step that chocolate makers consider one of their most closely guarded secrets. Even slight deviations in temperature can dramatically alter the final flavor profile. The beans enter large roasting machines where temperature and timing are controlled with scientific precision. After roasting comes the grinding phase. A massive grinder crushes the beans into a thick paste, releasing their complex flavors. This paste moves to hydraulic presses where cocoa butter is extracted, creating round cocoa cakes weighing about 7 kilograms each. These cakes are further processed into a fine powder, the perfect chocolate-making ingredient that carries KitKat's signature flavor. The secret recipe: creating perfect chocolate. Would you believe the exact proportions in KitKat's chocolate recipe remain one of Nestlé's most heavily guarded secrets? The fine cocoa powder mixes with sugar, milk powder, pure cocoa butter, emulsifiers, and other proprietary ingredients in massive mixing machines. These proportions are precisely controlled to ensure consistent flavor across billions of KitKat bars worldwide. The chocolate mixture undergoes conching, a refining process that grinds particles to microscopic sizes, ensuring they melt instantly on your tongue. The longer the chocolate is conched, the creamier its texture becomes. Finally, the liquid chocolate undergoes tempering, its temperature carefully cycled up and down, ensuring it melts completely before cooling to precisely 81 degrees. This prevents unsightly crystals from forming, keeping the chocolate smooth, glossy, and irresistibly appealing. The heart of KitKat: wafer creation. If chocolate is the soul of KitKat, then the crispy wafer layers are its heart, delivering that satisfying crunch with every bite, a texture so iconic it's protected by patents. But what transforms simple ingredients like wheat flour, water, and sugar into those perfectly crisp layers? The answer lies in a meticulously engineered process that blends food science with industrial precision. The journey begins with a deceptively simple mixture: 50% wheat flour, 30% sugar, and 20% vegetable oil, combined with purified water and a pinch of salt. This isn't just any batter. It's a carefully calibrated suspension where even a 1% deviation could alter the wafer's texture. The secret weapon? A proprietary leavening agent that introduces microscopic air pockets during baking, creating the wafer's signature lightness. In massive mixers, these ingredients whirl into a smooth, viscous batter with a moisture content of 45 to 65%. a critical range that ensures the dough remains pliable yet stable during shaping. Here's where the magic kicks in. The batter is deposited onto heated baking plates through ultra-precise nozzles, each dispensing exactly 1.2 grams of batter per mold. But this isn't a one-step bake. The process splits into two phases: pre-baking and drying. During pre-baking at 180 degrees Celsius, 356 degrees Fahrenheit, the batter's starch gelatinizes, forming the wafer's skeletal structure while retaining 35 to 45% moisture. This high moisture keeps the wafer flexible, a crucial trait for the next stage. Ever wondered how KitKat's wafers stay perfectly aligned in their chocolate casing? The answer lies in a patented shaping technique. Fresh out of the pre-baker, the still malleable wafers are transferred to molding stations, where robotic arms press them into precise ridges using forces up to 5 tons per square inch. This step isn't just about form, it's about function. The ridges create structural integrity, preventing the wafer from crumbling when bitten. But there's a catch. If the wafer's moisture drops below 27% during shaping, it becomes brittle and unusable. To combat this, factories maintain humidity-controlled environments, ensuring the wafers stay supple until they enter the final drying tunnel. Here, infrared heaters blast the shaped wafers at 120 degrees Celsius, 248 degrees Fahrenheit, for 90 seconds, vaporizing residual moisture until it plummets to less than 2%. The result? A wafer so crisp it emits a 65 decibel snap when broken, a quality tested by acoustic sensors on production lines. The cut that costs millions. Precision reaches its peak during cutting. Using diamond-edged blades oscillating at 10,000 strokes per minute, automated saws slice the wafer sheets into fingers with plus or minus 0.1 millimeter tolerance. For a 4-finger KitKat, this means each of the 3 grooves between fingers must be 1.8 millimeters wide. Any wider, and the chocolate coating would pool. Any narrower, the snap would falter. But here's a twist: 15% of wafers fail quality checks. Instead of being discarded, these rejects are ground into a fine powder and recycled into the chocolate filling between layers. This closed-loop system not only reduces waste, but enhances texture. The recycled crumbs create micro-crunch points that amplify the eating experience. The invisible architecture. What makes KitKat's wafer so structurally sound? The answer lies in its 4-layer design, a sandwich of 3 alternating chocolate-filled wafer sheets. Each layer is offset by 22 degrees from the one below, creating a crosshatch pattern that distributes biting force evenly. This architectural marvel allows the wafer to withstand 3.5 kilograms of pressure without collapsing, critical for surviving global shipping journeys. The final test? A laser-guided inspection system scans each wafer at 200 frames per second, flagging imperfections as small as 0.3 micrometers. Only those passing this gauntlet earn their chocolate coating, completing their transformation from humble batter to the crispy heart of a global icon. From moisture-controlled baking to diamond-cutting robotics, every step in wafer creation is a testament to food engineering's pinnacle. It's not just a snack, it's a symphony of science, where even the mistakes play a crucial role. Next time you break off a finger, remember, you're holding 90 years of innovation in your hand. Baking and cooling, creating the perfect crunch. The wafer-filled molds are heated to temperatures between 350 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 to 205 degrees Celsius for just 30 seconds. This brief but intense heat quickly bakes the wafers, giving them their signature crisp texture while locking in delicious flavors within each delicate layer. The wafers then enter a cooling area where gentle streams of air gradually lower their temperature. Here's something you might not know. The chocolate filling between KitKat's wafer layers isn't the same as the outer coating. The interior chocolate has a surprising ingredient: recycled KitKat pieces. Defective KitKat bars are ground into a fine powder and incorporated into the filling, creating a sustainable production cycle while contributing to the bar's unique taste and texture. This inner chocolate is slightly thinner in consistency, almost like chocolate cream, allowing it to bind the wafer layers together without causing them to crumble. The magic moment: assembling the Kit Kat. Now comes the most captivating part of the process, when wafer meets chocolate. The wafer sheets are first cut into the needed sizes using specialized cutting machines. These cut wafers must be precisely aligned to match the mold patterns, requiring sophisticated engineering and automation. The molding process begins with a base layer of chocolate precisely deposited into molds. The wafer pieces are then positioned on top of this chocolate base with robotic precision. Another layer of chocolate completely enrobes the wafer, ensuring every millimeter is perfectly coated. The filled molds move through vibration stations that eliminate air bubbles and help the chocolate settle evenly around the wafer. This crucial step achieves that perfect snap when you break a Kit Kat. The molds then enter pre-cooling tunnels where the temperature is gradually lowered, preventing the wafer from floating in the chocolate. The final touches: cooling, cutting, and quality control. Did you ever notice how evenly Kit Kat fingers break apart? This isn't by chance. After pre-cooling, the bars move into the main cooling tunnel to completely set the chocolate. This critical step ensures the bars maintain their shape and deliver that satisfying snap when broken. Once fully cooled, the bars are demolded, often with a gentle tap that releases them onto conveyor belts for the final stages of production. Modern Kit Kat factories can produce astonishing volumes. Some facilities manufacture over 8 million bars daily. In high-capacity production lines, up to 96 Kit Kat pieces can be placed in a single mold, with 10 to 12 molds processed every minute, yielding approximately 1 ton of Kit Kat per hour. Before packaging, each Kit Kat undergoes rigorous quality control. Factory workers and automated systems inspect every bar for visual defects, ensuring consistent appearance. Some facilities even employ X-ray machines to detect any foreign objects that might have inadvertently entered the production process. Only bars meeting Nestlé's exacting standards continue to packaging. All others are recycled into the chocolate filling for future batches. Packaging: innovation from classic red to sustainable solutions. The iconic packaging process begins with wrapping each bar in its distinctive covering. Traditionally, Kit Kats were wrapped in silver foil with a red paper band, a design that became instantly recognizable worldwide. However, Nestlé has been innovating with more sustainable packaging options. In 2023, the company began introducing recyclable paper wrappers in some markets as part of a commitment to reduce virgin plastic use by 1/3 by 2025. In Hong Kong, Nestlé optimized the individual packaging of Kit Kat stick to recyclable paper packaging made of 100% pure pulp, certified by the Forest Stewardship Council (FSC). These sustainable innovations allow consumers to enjoy their favorite treat while contributing to environmental protection. What are your thoughts on the advanced and precise methods used by Kit Kat? Drop down in the comments, subscribe, and go ahead, have a break, have a Kit Kat. And now you'll appreciate exactly what went into making that delicious moment possible.